Ears here in a Modern League with Mono White Martyr Proc facing another Lurrus deck. This hand is interesting. I like the Crucible a lot with Blast Zone. I also like the Crucible a lot with Ghost Quarter. It's barring a Prowess deck, which it's very, very likely this is a Prowess deck. I think this hand can go places. I'm going to keep it and hope for the best. And Blackcleave Cliffs into a Seal of Fire. Could be Jund, could be Prowess. Bauble. We draw a Ranger Cap, which we will need a second Plains to activate effectively. Opponent plays a Swamp. Still could pretty much go either way. Inquisition's less good on the second turn, but it will probably get my Ranger Cap. Might get my Crucible. It'll be interesting to see which they take here. Starting to lean more that this is Jund getting off to a different start than I think they want to get off to, more than it is Prowess. Opponent does end up taking the Ranger Cap. Them taking the Ranger Cap stops me now, but I think the Crucible is much better if this game goes long. Get another Serra Ascendant off the draw. So let's get a Blast Zone down, and let's pass. No real reason to play anything just yet. They do crack the Seal of Fire. So now if they play Lurrus next turn, they cycle Baron more. If they play Lurrus next turn, they can start bobbling to fix what looks to be a not ideal hand here. Wooded Foothills. I don't think I've seen Baron more in Jund. That's interesting. Overgrown Tomb comes down untapped. So they take 2 to either play... I'm guessing to play the Lurrus and then start bobbling. Yeah. We unfortunately don't have an answer for the Lurrus right now, so they will just get to draw some cards. We draw another Serra, which is not ideal. Get that Crucible down. And they crack Bauble. We will get to Wrath next turn, so I'm hoping they play some creatures. That would work really well for us. They activate Bauble, or play a Bauble. Culligan's command to blow up our Crucible and make us discard. Yeah, that makes sense. So we won't necessarily get to play the Wrath next turn unless we draw for it. Even then, it's not a great play for us. Drawing this many Serra Ascendants has not been of too big of help for us. I think I'm going to Wrath here just because I really can't allow them to draw any more cards. And then with their next creature, I can just cast Rune Halo, naming it. I can also use Blast Zone creatively, because their next creature is going to be a Tarmogoyf, is going to be a Scavenging Ooze. So getting Blast Zone up to the level it needs to be to kill that creature isn't too terribly difficult. Thoughtseize, which will likely change our Runed Halo plans here. So we're kind of floundering right now. Opponent has a lot of cards in hand this late in the game. Here comes Kroxa. Which will make us discard a Serra. I like that Ghostly Prison. I don't know how much I like it. Actually, they're causing me to discard pretty hard here. Might as well. As much as I want Blast Zone on 2, I can, the order I do that in isn't as important, I think. They unearth the Lurrus. Drop a Seal of Fire. Walking Ballista can kill a Lurrus, so we kind of have to. I really hope I don't have to answer the Lurrus a third time. That is a place I don't want to be, per se. That's a mistake on their part. It's a waste of a Fatal Push. They crack Seal Fire at me to get me down to 13. And then all the stuff resolves and Lurrus is dead. I guess maybe their hand is just full of removal, so it's not too big of a deal to waste the Fatal Push. I was going to kill the Ballista regardless, though. Just me showing them that by hitting it once. I'm not going to hit it once unless I'm hitting it twice. K-Command. So we will have to answer the Lurrus again. Field of Ruin doesn't help us. I will knock them off of red here, just in case they don't have a red-colored basic. That's unlikely, but it's worth a shot. They don't seem to have a red basic, so now they need to find something in order to Kroxa. They'll cast the Lurrus a third time. Bauble. And pass. Oh no, they'll crack it so they can draw on my next upkeep. So we'll activate Blast Zone in response. Bauble goes off. Ranger Cap ends up being a great draw here. I really love drawing the Ranger Cap, as it can kill the Lurrus. Let's go get a Martyr to try to build our hand back up and gain some life. I'm surprised we've stayed relevant in this game for so long. them getting stuck on mana has been really helpful for us. Inquisition will take my Martyr away. Is that the problem? Are they just sitting on a bunch of discard? They play Spellbomb, so they won't be able to attack with Lurrus now. They hit Spellbomb right away. So far, so good. Can I draw a removal spell for the Lurrus here? I would love to be able to Path it or Winds of Abandon it, while they're still kind of drawing stuff. They find a Fatal Push. Don't realize they can't attack. We'll just run that same exact turn back then, I guess. They find a land. So now they can play the Kroxa. They will take 2 damage to do so. Oh no, they play back the Seal of Fire. Okay. They target me with it, getting me down to 11. And then they push the Ranger Cap again. So yeah, they drew a bunch of ways to react to me rather than ways to actually clock me. Disappointing for them. To draw so many cards and then to not really have anything to do. We get Big Ranger this time around. So I'll just get Martyr here. Slowly start bringing my life total back up to snuff. They find another mountain. We could now play Weathered Wayfarer and be kind of close to activating it. They cast Seal of Fire and will kill my Ranger. Seems appropriate. Seal of Fire is really good against me. The only thing it doesn't kill is Ranger Cap, I mean. And they have enough mana here to hit me for 3 and then make me discard a Martyr. With Kroxa. Instead, they play a Goyf, which does represent lethal. Emeria won't help us here. So I'll send out a Martyr because I can block and sack to negate the Goyf's life. And then if they play a Kroxa, actually won't have enough mana to Blast Zone. So I've got to either Blast Zone or Martyr here. We'll see which they have me do. If they play yeah, I think this turn, No, they're gonna make me Martyr. So I gain 6 here, which negates the Goyf and gets me down to 2. If they have a bolt, I'm dead. And they have just enough mana to do Xaxes. The way they tap tells me no bolt, though. Heliod. So now we have enough mana to activate Martyr and crack Blast Zone. They get a basic Forest. Play Seal Fire. Tapping a lot of mana here to make me discard. From there, they can only attack with one thing, though. So we'll activate Martyr. Oh. Actually, I shouldn't activate Martyr because then they can Seal Fire in response. So what we'll do here is they'll make me discard a Heliod. We'll discard a Martyr here, I guess. Nah, I guess the Heliod, since I don't really have a good shot at getting the Ballista back. They'll attack with Lurrus. Yeah, I guess I'm dead. So try to make them do something here. I should have cracked in response to them casting Seal of Fire. Well, might as well make them do the thing. Womp, womp, womp. So we'll bring in Sorcerous Spyglass. Hex Parasite doesn't make a ton of sense. Celestial Purge is great. Rest in Peace is pretty good. And then Elspeth is great for the late game. So we'll take out our procs. I'll leave in the Crucible of World just because we saw how intimidated they are by it. And we'll take out Cleansing Nova and 1 Ghostly Prison and then 2 Serras. Actually, let's leave in the Serra, take out Weathered Wayfarer, but bring back the Cleansing Nova, I guess. I like that more than I like the dead Serra. Serra's just so hard to get online. Let's see a good opener here. It's an okay opener. It's very slow. It does have enough lands to do stuff though, so I think I'll keep it. And we'll start with the Mistveil Plains and pass. Blackleaf Cliffs. Starts with an Inquisition, so they'll take my Spyglass here. Big disappointment. Nice Ranger Cap. That will come very much in handy. Unless they have another discard spell, which isn't unlikely. Nope, here's a Goyf. Goyf is a Goyf. We get another Ranger Captain. That's not bad at all so far. I'm going to go get a Martyr with this. And then if we block with Ranger Cap here and then draw a white card next turn, we can throw Serra out online. Or that happens and it changes our game plan. So next turn we'll use Big Ranger then to get some more Martyrs. Dark Confidant. That's a big old Goyf very quickly. I think if I top deck a removal spell, I do have to get rid of the Confidant since they're down to 3 cards. I do not top deck the removal spell, unfortunately. So they're going to be able to retool here pretty handily. Let's get Martyr and Martyr. I mean, at the end of the day, they still have to kill me, so. They find a Fatal Push. Journey of 1,000 miles and all that stuff starts with 1 Fatal Push, dealing them 1 damage. They crack a Bloodstained Mire. And then push the Ranger of Eos as we expect it. Seven damage coming in. We can start playing Martyrs every turn starting next turn though, and now we have literally all of our Martyrs. We're so cute. While the Field of Ruining is good, let's take a Blackleaf Cliffs. They tap it for a red. And we'll go to our second main. See if we can get them to waste their red mana, just for the general principle. And we'll play a Martyr. So this 15 life a turn is really just 8 life a turn because they can attack K-Command to make us discard and ping Martyr. So we will activate to go up to 23, and then we'll discard a Serra Ascendant. Just because I can Ranger into a new one. We have enough mana to cast any of our Wraths we draw, so I'm kind of hoping they play Lurrus this turn. And then we draw a Wrath. That would be an excellent turn for us. Kroxa, coming hard with the discard. That will take one of our Martyrs, I guess. I do want to keep the Ranger Cap around. just in case we land Heliod. There's another Goyf. Down to 16. There's a Purge, so I think I'm gonna Purge that Dark Confidant. If the more I can keep them from drawing cards, the better off I am. Renin 6. Makes me kind of wish I had that Purge again. But I really wish I just always had Purges here. This matchup really wants them pretty badly. 22, so we'll go down to 12 here. And we draw another Emeria. These aren't really the draws I want. How do I not die? It's really just the Wrath. That's how I not die. Just Wrath all day. Wrath all night. We don't even have it. No, we do have enough mana to cast Winds of Abandon kicked. Or overload it. Do. A Rest in Peace is really good here. Down to 5. Overgrown Tomb. 1 card left in hand for opponent. And they will Croxa us here. Now we really need Wrath or Bust. Pardon me. I really love Croxa in Jund. I think it's such a powerful card. I wish it didn't fit with the deck building constraints of Lurrus, but it does. So. And we will lose here. Big rips. So that wraps us up on this league. And we go 2-3, finishing off a pretty hilariously bad run with the deck. I'll see you guys in the wrap-up, in the recap.